You want to live the life of your dreams? I've got the exact thing that you're looking for. The thing that you need to do, and the secret to all of this, is that you need to put yourself out there. Yes, I know, you heard that right. You need to put yourself out there, get rid of your shyness, come out of your cocoon, put yourself out there, expose yourself to all of the good stuff the world has to offer. When and if you were to expose yourself to new perspectives, new ideas, new challenges, you then again, on the other hand, expand your knowledge, your skills, and your worldview. The secret ingredient here is stepping out of your comfort zone. All you need to do is step out of that, experience new perspectives, develop new habits, and build a different lifestyle. Putting yourself out there or exposing yourself to new things, new life experiences allows you to become a lot more adaptable, a lot more diverse, expand your horizons, give you a better perspective and a deeper insight of the things you probably did not understand in the beginning. It helps build a resilience by challenging you in certain areas of your life. It helps expand your creativity and allows you to explore the full depths of your creativity, because now that you've expanded your horizons, you know there are so many various fields you can go and explore into, venture into, and that's exactly what you need to do. Overall, exposure to new things allows you to become a lot more well-rounded human being when it comes in terms of personality. Hey you guys, and welcome back to a brand new video for the week. I hope you guys are well and the week's been treating you well so far. Well, I'm back with a brand new topic that's going to keep you on your feet because a lot of people are not going to like this one, but especially the introverts out there. Yeah, this one is especially for you because my extroverts are vibing and they don't really care about this, but my introvert peeps, hi, touch the screen, it's fine, I get it. But without any further ado, we're going to dive right ahead into this brand new topic that's going to push you out of your comfort zone. It's going to expand your horizons and bring you new perspectives. Now, the question here is, why do I really need to expose myself to new different things and try different things and just new people, new cultures, new food? Like, why do I need to expose myself to all of that? The point here being is that you're going to learn a lot more about generally in life. You're going to learn a lot more about yourself in terms of your likes and dislikes, in terms of your strengths and weaknesses, in terms of what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate. Again, hashtag self-development, self-improvement, self-awareness. It also allows you to embrace and become more open and accepting of new opportunities that may come your way, something that you never even thought was possible for you in the first place. Like, that wasn't a plan, but you know what? Now it is. Now it is, because now it suits you. Now you've expanded your horizons. Now you're a different person. Now you're very extremely open minded. Now you're like, you know what? There's no harm in trying this out because I'm resilient, I'm strong. You know what I mean? Well, what that basically does is it challenges you or basically forces you to adapt, to become a lot more confident in your choices, to become a lot more confident within yourself, to be able to trust yourself, to pull yourself out of any adverse situation that may come along the way. Because you know what? Hey, everybody's got to eat a pile of shit every single job we take or every single future plan we make. Doesn't matter what it is. But yes, you become a lot more resilient. You become a lot more well equipped when it comes to handling situations in life. It also allows for new relationships to form, and not just romantic relationships. They could be completely platonic, business relationships. It could be literally something or anything that enriches your life, makes your life a better place to be in, brings in positivity, harnesses good emotions, allows you to grow and evolve as a human being. Now, there are various advantages of, exposing yourself to new things, trying new things out, putting yourself out there, whatever you may want to term it as, but it all boils down to the same thing. The first thing that happens is growth. I think this one is the most obvious one, is that yes, you're going to grow in every area of your life. You're going to grow mentally, you're going to grow emotionally, you're going to grow physically, of course, because, people do grow till a certain age, depends on how young or old you are. However, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual growth. You learn a lot more about yourself, and you also learn a lot more about how the world works. You also learn a lot more about people in general, how people think, how they behave, how they react to certain situations, how you think, how you behave, how you react to certain situations. It allows you and makes room to experience new things, challenge yourself, maybe comfort yourself from time to time, because you know what, just challenging, it gets a little tiring. However, it allows you room to grow as a person. The second most important thing it does is it helps build connections. Now, when I speak of connections, I don't just mean friendship connections. They could also mean your business connections. They could also mean just spiritual connections. They could also mean you found a guide or a tutor or a guru. They could also mean romantic connections. Who knows? But when you do make connections, it allows you and it brings you more opportunities. It brings you more adventures in a way. It brings you a lot more life experience. It brings in a lot of value to your life that again makes your life a wholesome situation. You can also end up attracting people with similar goals and interests. Again, that could add on to your life and that could expand your knowledge, that could expand your horizons. Again, it could literally benefit you in the most positive way. The third thing it does is it brings you a lot more opportunities. And when I speak of opportunities, opportunities can come in various shapes and forms. They could be career opportunities. You could be switching jobs. You could be leaving your job and starting your own business. You could be doing whatever you want. Basically, when it comes to career, they could bring you opportunities in the sense of new friendships. They could bring you opportunities in the sense of new partnerships. They could bring you opportunities in the sense of evolving, personal development. Again, they could also bring you opportunities. Like everything is a learning curve, everything is a learning process. So once you do put yourself out there, you have to go in with an attitude of it's either a thing for life, a person for life, or it's a lesson. Simple as that. That's how you keep winning. The fourth most important thing it does is it makes you extremely resilient and strong. And now I'm not trying to promote strength and you shouldn't be weak and no. But just generally through life, you need to have resilience. You need to have that kind of strength to be able to survive through life, or else you're going to crumble with every minor adversity, every minor situation or problem that may arise. You might start complaining or crying about it a lot. That may start bothering you and affecting you a lot, which is a whole different topic altogether. So I'm not going to dive more into that. However, it actually strengthens your ability to handle future problems, future situations, future hallmarks that may be problematic, but now you know how to deal with it is because you're resilient and and you've evolved your mindset to the level where you know what, even if it is difficult, I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to get through this because you believe in yourself. Your self confidence is that strong, your self concept is that strong. I think this is the most obvious one is that you're going to become a lot more self aware in the sense that you start understanding yourself in a real sense, in a true sense, not in the illusion or the fantasy sense that where you're like, oh, I like this, oh, I like that, my favorite color is purple. No, 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 none of the superficial stuff, but in a real sense, how patient are you as a person? For example, how quickly do you lose your temper? How is it that when you're under pressure, how do you react? How do you think? Do you overthink or do you underthink or do you not think at all? Do you overanalyze the situation? Do you get too emotional extremely quickly when under pressure, when faced with adversity, when faced with a difficult situation, or when dealing with difficult people? Again, you gain a very deep understanding of your innate values, your belief system, your thought patterns, your morals, your standards. You understand who you are as a person and what it is that you expect from people around you and your surrounding. Overall, putting yourself out there is a catalyst for growth, discovery, and new experiences, which again, you know, that's a good thing. You don't have to worry about that. That's the best thing that could actually happen to you because this is life and life is meant to be lived and experienced to the fullest. So put yourself out there. Don't be shy. This is an interesting scenario or change in situation is that putting yourself out there can actually help you overcome a lot more than you might even think is possible. The first thing that happens when it comes to mind, that when you're trying to put yourself out there, the first thing you're worried about is failure or fear of rejection. It's very normal when you're trying a new thing and you don't know if you're good at it because you're obviously not good at it because it's a new thing for you, so you're not good at it. But you know what? You fear that people around you might reject you. You might fail. You might not do very well in those situations. But this again leads to personal growth. Of course, the silver lining everywhere. So, personal growth basically comes from all of that adversity that you just faced, the fear of rejection, blah, blah, blah. It made you into a better person. It allowed you to recognize these, subconscious belief systems that you might have. Again, I have a whole brand new podcast on that. So, go check that in my podcast down below, mention the description. However, it allows you to overcome your fear of rejection, your fear of failure, your fear of adversity, your fear of trying something new because you may or may not be good at it. Thus allowing you to become a lot more better as a person, a lot more better in general, just better at adaptability, accepting change, accepting new situations, being open to new opportunities, and that's really inculcating the feeling of personal growth and development. Second thing that happens is when you put yourself out there is that you have to be a lot more vulnerable. You don't have to be a lot more vulnerable. Actually, you are a lot more vulnerable, and you open yourself up in different ways, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, if that's the case, and you just open. And yes, that does make you seem a lot more vulnerable. That makes you open to judgment, criticism, bias. It opens you up to a lot of things, which can again be very extremely scary, and that may again lead to the fear of rejection, because now you're rejecting yourself, because now you're like, oh, I'm too open right now, this is too scary right now, I've never done this thing before. So, I know I'm not good at this. I don't know if I should try it, but hold on, hold on. The silver lining is vulnerability and being yourself out in the open and just publicly accepting yourself for who you are allows you to build connections. That's the exact importance of actually being vulnerable, is that it allows you to build connections with people who share the similar interests, similar goals, similar thought patterns, similar behaviors, similar habits, just a similar lifestyle. And that actually allows you to be a lot more accepted and just make you feel a part of something when it comes to hanging out with people who are similar to you, think like you, act like you, something like that. On that note, somebody who can call your friends, for example. The third thing that may happen is when you put yourself out there, you may face criticism. Yeah, yeah. When you're trying something new and there are probably professionals around you who've already done this before, actually, the professionals may not judge you, but the people who have done this a couple of times before, and sometimes they're judging you, they're mocking you, they're making fun of you, or you just feel like you're not good enough and you just get too self conscious and you're just very insecure in that moment, and you're just like, oh, this is not the best thing because I'm being criticized. I'm probably not very good at it, because, of course, if you're doing something new for the first time, if this is your first time doing it, yes, you're probably not going to be good at it. However, that leads to resilience, my friends. So keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it right, because that's exactly how you're going to build character. That's going to help you develop a stronger character, develop a stronger spine, a stronger backbone that allows you to stand up for yourself, that allows you to speak for yourself, think for yourself, act for yourself, behave, react to certain situations the way you want to behave and react to certain situations, behave and interact with people the way you want to behave and interact with people. Just become your own person, just have an understanding of yourself. Yes, that builds a strong character. Criticism helps you to build a strong character. Ooh, this one's a little tricky, is because when you do put yourself out there, there's a lot of uncertainty because you don't really know what you're going to get. The unexpectedness of the situation or the outcome, something that you're unaware of, something you probably have never seen or heard before, something you've never done before, something that makes you very uncomfortable to your bones. However, that uncertainty also has a silver lining, is that it leads to discovery. And this discovery could be something that's outside of you that you understand. You develop a new habit, you develop a new skill, you learn a new talent that you didn't know that you had, but now it's a talent. You learned to play the guitar or the piano because you played it once or twice and you were like, oh, I love this, and you practiced it. It could literally be anything, or it led to self-discovery. Your innate happiness, what brings you innate happiness, what brings you peace and joy, what brings you comfort and luxury, and what makes you feel like $1 million. It could literally be anything. Your skills, your talents, your, process, your mind. It opens you up for discovery in multiple ways, not just one way. When you do put yourself out there, you're extremely uncomfortable in the first place because, as we just spoke about, that this is putting yourself outside of your comfort zone and trying new things, experimenting new things, learning new things, and just doing new things and trying to figure it out, figure it out along the way as you go. However, that discomfort you just faced for like probably a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes or probably for a day or whatever it is led to empowerment. You empowered yourself, my friend. You motivated yourself because now your self confidence is off the charts. Because now you're like, I put myself out there. I did this thing one time, and look at me. Look at you. Like, absolutely, just look at you. You're so brave. You put yourself out there. You faced all the criticism. You dealt with all of the negativity and the hate, and you dealt with whatever the turbulence it caused, blah, blah, blah. However, that made you into a better person. You went through so much character development. You learned a lot more. You became your own person. You learned to stand up for yourself. You actually stood up for yourself. You learned to stand up for yourself, by the way. However, this also made you an extremely strong person because now you're empowered to pursue your dreams and passions, extremely focused and motivated because now you're extremely empowered. Now you're like, I did this one thing that was really difficult and uncomfortable and made me so really uncomfortable to my bones. It brought me so much discomfort, but that made you into a better person because now you're like, yeah, if I can do that, this is piece of cake. This is something that I actually like your dreams and goals and your passion and everything that you want to chase and you probably didn't have the guts to go after because you're probably a little underconfident, you're feeling a little insecure, you were not validating yourself enough, whatever the reason it was. Now you're going to be like, you know what, that's piece of cake, that's candy, that's absolute candy. I can eat it, I can actually walk on it, I can lick it right now. This is a very common one, is that when you put yourself out there and when you expose yourself to new things, yes, you're bound to experience a lot of self-doubt or imposter syndrome. Well, self-doubt and imposter syndrome are two different things. Self-doubt majorly means that, you know what, you doubt yourself whether you're like, oh, am I good enough, like, can I do this, like, am I worthy of doing this? Like, that's a little too deep, lol. But yeah, that's what self-doubt looks like. And imposter syndrome is that you put yourself out there, but you feel like it's not you. You almost don't identify with that person. You know what I mean? You just feel like somebody else did it, but it's you who did it. It's a weird syndrome to have, but I have a whole YouTube video on that. So go and check that out, or probably I'll tag it somewhere here so you guys can look it up and understand imposter syndrome better for yourself. However, that's what it really means. This is going to happen. Self-doubt is going to seep in. But when you persist and you pursue that thing that brought you so much discomfort, that you took that lesson, you learned that new skill, you actually learned that new instrument, you actually went for a hike, something that made you really uncomfortable and that gave you the ache, you did it. You did it. So now it brought you a lot of self-confidence. Yes, the opposite of self-doubt is freaking self-confidence because now you're so confident in your abilities because now you're like, you know what, I'm disciplined enough. I am actually strong enough to be able to pursue this, live up to it, complete it, see it through and through. Yes, I'm confident enough in my abilities to achieve anything I want in my life. Again, hashtag self improvement. Again, hashtag self development. Because now you are more focused. You are a lot more patient with yourself. You just become a lot more better as a person because now you're like, you know what? Anything I put my mind to is achievable. Anything I want to do, anything I want in my life is already mine because I want it. You know what I mean? That makes you and that gives you like a innate sense of self-confidence. It improves your self-concept. It makes your self-concept go off the charts because now you believe in yourself, in your abilities, you trust in your decisions, and you know it's gonna be fine. On a last note, putting yourself out there, yes, it's a little scary. She's a little scary. She's a little challenging. She's a little like it gives you the ache and makes you, tingle. But again, it's extremely important and extremely beneficial for personal growth, for personal development, for better understanding of the world, for better understanding of yourself, for improved and heightened self-awareness. Just literally, there is no wrong in that. Like, there is no negative in that. It's all positive, it's all good. So do it. Put yourself out there, and I'm telling you, you're gonna see the difference. Having said that, we come to the end of this brilliant video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it was informative and you really liked it. Okay, if you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe because that means something to me. However, till then, I'm going to see you in my next one. I'm going to see you in a very brilliant video that's going to come up soon. Till then, take care and bye.